So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our chairman, Tor Schuler, to take it away.
Well, thank you, Sally, and welcome all. Welcome to The Pitch, where we make the pitch that you can take to your clients. And today, it is my special pleasure to talk about human-centric design. So let's take it away. We are living in uncertain times, for certain. We have COVID going on. We have geopolitical instability. We have supply chain disruption. Digital transformation has never been more important to keep businesses running, keep businesses going. And so when we look at digital transformation, when we talk to digital transformation about our clients, what does make digital transformation successful? There are really three things. Feasibility, technical capability, can it be done? Viability, is there an economic justification? Is there a return of investment? And last but not least, desirability, the human element, the human impact. We understand feasibility and viability very well. We speak that language because we have a long history of consulting. We are technologists. So feasibility, the technical aspect, that's like our DNA. Viability, all of us have done business cases over and over again. It's all stick to us. But desirability, the human element, that's kind of that squishy thing. It's really, really hard to relate to. It's hard to grasp. It's hard to explain why it is so important. But when we look at success stories and conversely stories of failure behind digital transformation, one thing that jumps out, success stories in digital transformation usually encompass a human-centric approach to the transformation problem, taking the view of that what we're doing is not to improve a process, no. It is to create an outcome that makes the human that's in the center of our transformation more effective, have a better experience, get more things done, resolves their pain. When you approach digital transformation from that perspective, your outcome is much more guaranteed than if you neglect that element and approach digital transformation from an infrastructure or IT perspective. Nothing could be worse. So let's take a look at that desirability element, at that human element, and what it really means. When we talk about human centricity, we talk about design. And design is not just what a thing looks like. No, many people, when we talk about design, think it's look and feel. It's not. Look and feel is a big part and parcel of design, but it is most importantly how it works, how the human interfaces with the systems that we are creating and generating. And to drive that point home, I want to show you a picture that you've probably seen a lot when you do one of my workshops. This is a bridge in Birmingham, in the UK, not in Alabama. Now that bridge has that contraption there that you see in the middle. Anybody take a guess? What is that contraption for? You don't actually have to answer. I answer it for you. That thing was created to slow down bicyclists to shooting through that bridge and bowling over people. And if that is your desired outcome, that is a perfectly functional and good transformative approach to slowing down bicycle riders. But what else does that do? This contraption has a significant negative impact on some other users of that bridge. If you are, for example, handicapped and you have to get your wheelchair through that thing, that is not an easy thing to do. If you are a parent with a stroller and you want to get through that thing, again, not an easy thing to do. So the designers of that thing, that contraption on that bridge, have clearly not thought enough about the human impact of that design. They have taken a very, very narrow view and what they wanted to accomplish, and they have neglected how that will impact the experience, the user experience of other stakeholders of that bridge. And as a result, they've created a system that is not successful for many, many users of that bridge. And that is symptomatic for projects that we do in the digital space all the time, where we take a very narrow point of view and we create something that might fulfill the letter of the requirement to the T. But when you look at the user group as a whole, all of the users that are affected by that transformation, and those users might not even directly interact with that new system that we're creating, but nonetheless they are affected by downstream implications. If we don't think about those, then we're creating a bridge with a contraption that makes life harder for a lot of people, and we don't want to do that. Because if we do that, business ultimately is not going to be successful in realizing the economic benefit that they try to realize through their digital transformation. So how do we deal with that? How do we avoid that the blinders, the technology blinders, when we do those digital transformation projects? Well, our approach to that is design thinking. Design thinking enables human centricity in design by creating a collision between human-centered design approaches and creative problem solving. And we do that throughout entire projects to create transformations that truly create a positive user experience for all affected stakeholders. Design thinking is obviously human-centered. That is the most important part. We always think about the human first, not the process, not the infrastructure, not the technology, the human. It is collaborative. We are looking to bring in a lot of people, get a lot of perspectives, a lot of inputs, because only when you are collaborative in that way can you truly understand the points of view of all your stakeholders. Design thinking is creative, yes, but it's not a free-fall. There is structure to the madness. There's a red thread that goes through that we use to guide our users through that process and make them ultimately successful. It's prototype driven. There's early testing. When we do something, we don't wait for 9 months to show you the outcome of what we've worked on. No, we'll do it every 2 weeks, maybe even faster, so that we get immediate feedback from the affected stakeholders in terms of, yes, this is exactly what we need to help ease our pain. Or not, in which case we go back to the drawing board and revise. And that brings me to the last one, which is this. It is iterative. Just like Agile in the software development cycle, design thinking is ultimately an iterative approach where you are continuously going back, re-ideating, rethinking, re-inquiring, so that ultimately you come up with a better solution. By doing that iterative approach, you reduce the risk in the process because you capture shortcomings early on, you can react much faster, same as we do in software development with Agile. Our design thinking drives what we call the double diamond of innovation. And again, you might have seen this, you might have heard me talk about this. The double diamond of innovation is a convergent, divergent thinking exercise where we go in, we look at an initial problem, we'll diverge out. We explore possibilities, we think outside the box. We employ our imagination, but ultimately we bound our imagination with constraints that exist in the real world, financial constraints, legacy system constraints, whatever they might be, to ultimately come out at a solution that is transformative yet realizable. Because just thinking big does not generate transformation. We need to take into consideration the real world constraints that we're dealing with. Otherwise, our imagination will go nowhere. So, how do we do this for clients? How do we do this for you? Well, we want you to dig deep. We want you to make innovation real. We want you to be future ready. And we can help you to get there. With Avanad's Innovation Studios and Advisory, we have methods, recipes, and approaches that will help you using human-centric design to go through your digital transformation projects and efforts successfully. So how do you get started? It's really, really easy. To get started, just do one of our Explore sessions. Digging deep with Explore sessions is the first step to get you started on your digital transformation journey. Those workshops bring in your business stakeholders, the users that are affected by the things that you actually want to transform. And we use those human-centric approaches, the design thinking, to walk through with those users, to let them tell us what the problems are, to actually have them ideate on how we might solve those problems, not with technology necessarily, no. Technology might be an enabler in all of this, but by envisioning outcomes that truly are conducive to make their world better. So, do not wait. Do the next thing now. Get started on your digital transformation journey today with Avanade. Thank you.